Hi guys, my name is Kirsty and welcome back to Upside Down Books. Today we're going to be doing my book haul for October.
Non più tra I farfalloni amoroso, notte giorno di torno.
Now, unsurprisingly, I managed to acquire a number of books in October, but it surprised me because they came from all different directions, so I can't wait to share with you how I came across all of them, and they've all ended up on my shelves. It's very exciting. On another exciting note about bookshelves, my parents have rearranged some furniture in their room, which means I now have 2 new bookshelves that I can utilize, and I am looking forward to filling those up because I've been dreading the moment where I had to put away these books after I filmed this book haul because they're just not gonna fit. They're just not gonna fit my shelves. I have run out of room. But that's beside the point. Let's just get on in and look at what I got in October. So the first book I want to talk about is The Chalk Man by CJ Tudor. Now this is actually a horror. It's a thriller horror. I think it's horror. It's just straight up horror. And I'm actually really excited to read it. I think it's the first book I've ever had that has been blurbed by Stephen King. I've not read any of Stephen King's books and I'm not a big horror fan. I certainly don't watch any horror, but I do enjoy a good thriller every now and again. And I've never really read much like straight up horror, but I'm looking forward to this one. So the reason that I have this is because I bought a Halloween mystery box from a company called Burn the Wit Candle Co., which I am a rep for. This wasn't part of the rep deal. If you want information on discount codes, then look at the description box below and the information is all in there. But I decided to get their Halloween mystery box and absolutely loved it, and it came with a blind date like with a book in the box, and this was the book that I got. So the deal was that you would get some sort of horror book, and I got lucky and landed with this one. I have actually seen this one before, but it wasn't one that I had my eye on to particularly go out and get, but I'm really looking forward to reading it. I'm not going to discuss what it's about because being someone who is somewhat sensitive to scary things, I don't appreciate it when it's thrown in my face. So if you're interested, this one is got a really cool and spooky plotline, so go and check that one out on Goodreads if you want to know more. The next book that I have to show you is actually a Blood and Honey in a beautiful hardback edition. I am in love with how beautiful this looks. I got this as another blind date with the book. Would you believe it? I've been on a blind date with the book rampage. This is from a different Instagram company called Read and Relax. Again, description, the details below because I'm also a rep for them. And so I ordered myself a little treat and I managed to get the sequel for Serpent and Dove, which I have a reading vlog for. So it's something that I've recently read and really enjoyed, and I really want to continue on with the series. Now I know that there has been a lot of like positive and negative reviews for this sequel, so I have to say I'm a little bit nervous going into it because some people have absolutely just not got along with this book. But I really enjoyed book 1, and I don't have any issues that other people seem to have taken with the storyline. I just found it a really harmless and enjoyable read, and I couldn't be bothered nitpicking at all the things that you could nitpick about. So I'm hoping that that will follow through into the sequel and that I'm going to also really enjoy this one. I will of course take the jacket off for you. So it's relatively simple. We've just got a nice little sort of spine design. Is that focusing? I hope it is. Yeah. But nothing on the front or the back, which is a shame. I really think they should take, like, it's even just this black on the inside. I feel like they should make a little bit more effort to make these things pretty, but I know that not every book has an amazing budget, so I'm probably asking for too much. So yeah, that was my blind date with a book that I ordered, and I'm super excited to have this. I am absolutely gasping for this to be pulled out of my sequels prequels jar. If you don't know what I'm talking about with my prequels jar, then make sure you head over to my latest TBR and check that out, and you will get a better understanding of what I'm talking about. But I'm thrilled to have this. If you don't know what this series is about, it's about a witch and a witch hunter who are forced to wed, and I really don't think it needs any more preface than that. It's really exciting and it's really fun looking at the dynamic between the two of them. Now the next book that I want to show you actually came as a bonus book with that order, and it's Blaze of Glory by Michael Pryor, which I continuously just think of as Blades of Glory, the film, the weird, the strange film, but that's beside the point. Now with the Read Relax company, what the lovely owner Jet does is if she finds a book, because all these books are secondhand, I know, a secondhand hardback edition of Blood and Honey. Am I the luckiest person on this planet? Apparently so. But when she finds a secondhand copy of a book that just sounds incredible but isn't quite in the best condition for her to resell, then she includes it with some orders as a bonus book to be like, please have a read of this book, I think you'll like it, but I couldn't sell this one on. Now this one looks even worse for wear than it is. This is actually part of the design, this wear and tear, but the book itself is a little bit more used than the other ones in that company usually sends out. Now I think this one sounds really fun. So it is about the son of an ex-prime minister who is adept at magic, but he's stuck at a boarding school and he has a best friend who's really supportive of him. So basically the plot of the story arises when they manage to get themselves into a little bit of trouble. The character of Prince Albert is present in this book and they discover a golem, which is a magical creature that has one purpose, and that is to kill the prince. So I'm pretty sure the whole story is going to be like, who sent it? How can they stop it? How can they save the prince? I think this sounds really cute and I've never heard of it before, so I love finding out about new books like this. I think it's a pretty cool like cover design. Like I like the wear and tear look, although when the book itself is also old, it looks really ragged. But anyway, let's move on to the next book. So the next 3 books are actually part of a trilogy, so I'm going to show you them together, and that is The Crowning, A Queen's Fate, and A Heart of a Crown by Nettie Kate Mason, who is actually one of my friends over on Instagram. She's a Perth author and she has published this trilogy. I can't remember when they originally came out, but they have recently, as in like this month, had the cover redos done with these sort of like graphic design, illustrative cover. She originally had like more of a pictorial one where you had pictures of people on it instead of the drawing. I think these are really beautiful and I'm super excited about the new covers, and I'm obviously really excited to read the books as well. So this is the blurb. An heir to the magically gifted kingdom of Illyria must be chosen. The shape-shifting Prince Alexander is favoured to claim the title. The fire-wielding sisters Princess Anastasia and Princess Alicia feel one of them will take the crown. However, the eldest potential heir, Princess Agnes, has other plans. The current ruler of Illyria, Queen Emiliana, a gifted sage and seer, has a secret hidden that will change everything. Rivalry, magic, betrayal, healing, death, and hope. In the pursuit of power, only one may be crowned the heir. So I think it sounds like it's going to be really exciting. I've heard lots of good things and I'm looking forward to reading it. I wouldn't be surprised if we just end up binging the whole series. The next book I want to talk about is the audiobook that I got this month, because I finally have resumed my Audible subscription. If you didn't see that particular book haul a few months back, I decided to put my Audible subscription on pause because I just had an overwhelming number of audiobooks. I have amazing self-control when it comes to audiobooks and no self-control when it comes to physical books, but I had so many books because, what was it? There was one book in particular that took me, I think I just had a few really long books, and whenever I read an Outlander that tends to delay me because they're really long. I have actually just started the 6th Outlander book and it's like 60 hours long instead of like the standard 10 for an audiobook, so obviously I end up getting really behind. Oh no, I know what it was. I just bought so many that they had a sale on and I bought extra audiobooks. That would do it. Yeah, I've had my Audible subscription on pause for 3 months and it feels like it's been a year. I'm so excited that I am finally going to be getting my monthly audiobook again. That's super thrilling. I may do the same thing next year because I think I'll probably end up a little bit behind again. But anyway, we're getting on to a bit of a tangent here. The book I want to talk about is Troy by Stephen Fry. If you know me, and you probably do if you've been here for a while, you will know the sheer excitement that I am containing about this book. I'm so excited. This is probably my most anticipated book, I want to say, of the year, but in all honesty, I didn't realize it was coming out until a few months ago. I managed to just miss all of that hype, but I'm such a fan of Stephen Fry. I've read all 3 of his memoirs, all 3 volumes of his memoirs, and I have read all the Harry Potters that are narrated by him via audiobook. I have read the first 2 books in his mythology series, which is this one, so there's Mythos and Heroes, and now he's come out with Troy. Now I know that Stephen Fry has been sick, he's been battling cancer, and I was really worried that Troy was just not going to get written. It is a book that has been alluded to in book 1 and book 2, and I have just been like on the edge of my seat waiting for this story to be finished, because I love Greek myth and the way that Stephen Fry talks about it is spellbinding and so intellectual but so easy to understand. It is honestly such a joy to read or listen to, whichever format you do. I strongly encourage you to get the audiobook just because he has this most wonderful way of speaking and storytelling. It's just magical. But I wasn't sure when Troy was going to come out, and it's been over a year since the last book was released, I do believe, and I was getting worried. So when I saw that this was getting released in October, of course I actually pre-ordered this. So I am so looking forward to reading this. I am probably gonna break my rule where I read my audiobooks in order that I buy them, and I'm probably just gonna read this one once I finish Outlander. So I think I have pretty much explained what this book is about. He's done this trilogy of Greek mythology. The first one is about the gods, the second one, Heroes, is about heroes, and Troy is obviously a whole book just dedicated to the Battle of Troy, and probably a little bit either side, I don't know, but I can't wait to read it and I'm so excited, it's not even funny. So it actually brings me to my last book, I believe, that I have to share with you today. I'm sure I'll finish videoing and then think of another book that I haven't spoken about, but that is The Champagne Wars by Fiona McIntosh. If you've been following me this year, you'll probably know that Fiona McIntosh is one of the new loves of my literary life. I read The Pearl Thief, and it's like a little bit, maybe I'm overhyping things here because I've only read one of her books. I read The Pearl Thief at the beginning of this year and I was more than blown away by how brilliant her writing is. I do love historical fiction. It is a genre that I just lap up. I find it so interesting. And this one is set in 1914 in France, I believe. In France? In Belgium. In Europe, somewhere. Let's go with just Europe because I'm too lazy to read the blurb. But this one was very kindly sent to me by Penguin Random House because I requested a copy, obviously. I was like, please send me a copy. I need more Fiona McIntosh in my life. So I'm hoping to read this one soon. I've been really overwhelmed with like the run of arcs that I've had over the last month, but I'm going to be talking about that more in my wrap-up video. We're not going to get into that here, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. Fiona McIntosh is such a fantastic storyteller, so I have really high expectations. This comes out on the 3rd of November, which is today as I'm filming, so this is already out. You can already go and get yourself a copy. So those are all the books that I got my hands on in October. I can't believe how many books I just seem to manage to acquire every month. It's really quite impressive. Going forwards into November, I feel like I've talked about this somewhere and I cannot remember if it was here or on my blog, but I will not really have a book haul for November in theory because I go on a book buying ban throughout November and December in the lead up to Christmas because my family gives me a lot of Christmas presents, hence the presents TBR jar. So I put myself in a 2-month buying ban every year, or attempt to, just to reduce the overwhelming number of books I get, but also because right about now is the time when people start buying presents, so we don't want to double buy. Very complicated thoughts, let's just stop there. But basically that's a forewarning to say that there may not be a book haul video from me in November, because if it's just like 1 or 2 books, I might just do the whole shebang in a very long haul video for December, which I'm sure will be spectacular. So get excited for that. But yeah, let me know in the comments below if you've read any of these, if you've heard of them, or if you think you might add some to your TBR now. I would love to know. But other than that, I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.
Alle gloria mia